surf skateboard holodeck thingy into something that blasts you into the air. There's always something, and it may not be huge, but it's just enough to keep you going and keeping that cycle fresh. I really did like that part. When it comes to the presentation, though, there's more to like. Destroy All Humans is a massive step up in the graphics, not only from the original game, but even the remaster for #1. Most of the time, it looks phenomenal and shows that regardless of what people want you to think, looks do matter. From the color work, the way everything's designed, to the weird Genesis Land of Confusion kind of characterization that all of the different characters in the game world depict. The game's image quality is pretty much rock solid, and changing out into the 20+ skins that Crypto has actually feels like a true reward. Each one of these skins offers some cool little design element that you notice, like little glyphs on the fake Elvis costume, or the reflections and evil in the clown eyes of the clown suit, even all the way back to the more classic gray alien look of the original design. The weapons in their updates are the same way. Each one offers a bit of flavor, like the anal probe and its first update being a sniffometer that helps it aim. A little bit gross, but it's still awesome. And I get it. It's 12-year-old humor, but the game never shies away from that. It aims right at it for everything, from the sound, the music, the voice, and the graphics. Option-wise for graphics, the game has a number of them. Frame rate locks, distance, anti-aliasing, post-processing, which also seems to include the chromatic aberration. Then you have shadow quality, texture, visual effects. These are all as a whole, so when you turn that one up or down, it changes more than just one particular setting, so keep an eye on that. You also have foliage that you can turn up or down, landscape tessellation, as well as DLSS and AMD's FSR. While all those explain themselves, landscape tessellation is actually handled insanely well here. It offers depth in locations with texture work that looks like a massive step up from the original, whether it be the roads or just different rock formations that you see, or even the buildings themselves. When it comes to performance, it is exactly where you would probably expect this to be. 4K on Ultra 3080 is doable for the most part in native, but use an FSR, which is AMD's version, of course, of image upscaling, or DLSS is probably required to keep that solid, especially in the later locations where they have a lot of weather effects, including fog. If you don't want to, you can set some of those settings a little bit lower, and it won't really impact your look of the game. On the 1080 Ti, 1080p worked perfectly, and some of the time it was well above 60 FPS, 1440p as well. It just depends on your exact settings. But I didn't really have any issues with consistent FPS problems. I did have two overall issues I want to talk about, and that's one that is pop-in and stutter. When it comes to pop-in, this is noticeable in the UFO, especially, and in many of the extreme distance locations, and it's really not very pretty. Also, the game has a very close detail pop you can see regardless of your setting that looks like it's in some way also connected to the filtering. It's noticeable on the ground, and it's only a couple feet in front of the character. I would love to see them blend this better, as it's easy to ignore during fights and running around, but if you're just wanting to explore, it can actually become noticeable. Stuttering during mission starts does happen randomly, and also seems to be an issue that pops up more if you have just changed a skin on the UFO or Crypto himself. It also stabilizes just a couple seconds after that, but you may notice this, and I ran it on a PCI 4 NVMe. Despite those two issues, the incredibly clear picture and the design work that you see here is phenomenal. I love the look of everything, and it really does depend on the atmosphere, especially a game like this. Which is trying to lend that atmosphere of 1960s, 1970s, 1980s, as well as mix in B-movies. It works perfectly, and I gotta say, this game looks beautiful. Also, I have to point out, yes, there are some plans for a patch later on, but unlike titles like, say, Saints Row, where they're almost required, here it would probably just be to smooth out a couple bits of those roughness, and maybe some of that filtering and LOD pop that we see.
And then, I kick a little monkey ass.
as a whole. So when you turn that one up or down, it changes more than just one particular setting, so keep an eye on that. You also have foliage that you can turn up or down, landscape tessellation, as well as DLSS and AMD's FSR. While all those explain themselves, landscape tessellation is actually handled insanely well here. It offers depth in locations with texture work that looks like a massive step up from the original, whether it be the roads or just different rock formations that you see, or even the buildings themselves. When it comes to performance, it is exactly where you would probably expect this to be. 4K on Ultra 3080 is doable for the most part in native, but use an FSR, which is AMD's version, of course, of image upscaling, or DLSS is probably required to keep that solid, especially in the later locations where they have a lot of weather effects, including fog. If you don't want to, you can set some of those settings a little bit lower, and it won't really impact your look of the game. On the 1080 Ti, 1080p worked perfectly, and some of the time it was well above 60 FPS, 1440p as well. It just depends on your exact settings. But I didn't really have any issues with consistent FPS problems. I did have two overall issues I want to talk about, and that's one that is pop-in and stutter. When it comes to pop-in, this is noticeable in the UFO, especially, and in many of the extreme distance locations, and it's really not very pretty. Also, the game has a very close detail pop you can see regardless of your setting that looks like it's in some way also connected to the filtering. It's noticeable on the ground, and it's only a couple feet in front of the character. I would love to see them blend this better, as it's easy to ignore during fights and running around, but if you're just wanting to explore, it can actually become noticeable. Stuttering during mission starts does happen randomly, and also seems to be an issue that pops up more if you have just changed the skin on the UFO or Crypto himself. It also stabilizes just a couple seconds after that, but you may notice this, and I ran it on a PCI 4 NVMe. Despite those two issues, the incredibly clear picture and the design work that you see here is phenomenal. I love the look of everything, and it really does depend on the atmosphere, especially a game like this, which is trying to lend that atmosphere of 1960s, 1970s, 1980s, as well as mix in B movies. It works perfectly, and I gotta say, this game looks beautiful. Also, I have to point out, yes, there are some plans for a patch later on, but unlike titles like, say, Saints Row, where they're almost required, here it would probably just be to smooth out a couple bits of those roughness and maybe some of that filtering and LOD pop that we see.
And then I kick a little monkey ass.
Our free city brain farm will be turned into a useless den of unmotivated degenerates sitting in front of their TV screens, twiddling their thumbs.
Secret base underground. Well, that shouldn't be too tough. Just scan the city while we were flying in.
When it comes to the presentation of the audio, the sound, Destroy All Humans has always been based in that old style B-movie, Mars Attack sound styles of the 60s through the 80s. The game delivers that for every single weapon, from the pop of an anal probe late night party surprise on some poor lady just sitting in a hippie tent, to the massive electric bolt throwing electricity gun. This not only cracks out with a thunderclap, but elicits a stuttering jabbering from the targets it hits. And that's continued right in when you leap into the UFO UFO, unleashing torrents of quantum fire, or the old-style warble of the abducto rays. You suck up humans to blend them into separate DNA parts to upgrade everything. It's excellent. It's got good tonal changes in the locations, a lot of 3D effects, and noticeably good channeling in the super busy battles, and distance effects that are actually rock solid. When it comes to the music, this is another place where this game excels. It's very Bondish, very Style B kind of movie, as I said before, with a lot of tracks with brass, bombastic stylings. This has a hint of patriotism in a lot of the themes, and I really did like it. But you also have that eerie entry and jiggly synth of old horror movies mixed in, and it's awesome. Somehow they got it all to work. I will say I have one criticism here. The cutscenes and the music, especially in the first 2 levels, it's a bit loud, and since it's more layered and ambient, it can actually make some of those boss battles, including the very first one, a bit hard to really parse out musically and when the characters are talking. But that's also where the game excels, is voices. Listen, it's a rip-off Jack Nicholson, pissy alien. He sounds like he's been on the wrong side of at least one late-night YouTube autopsy video. He's always mad, he's horny in equal parts, and it's awesome. The humor is more basic due to that time frame that the gameplay and game was actually originally released in, but it's solid. It's a little bit like No One Lives Forever with an alien. It's poking fun at everything, including stereotypes for secret agents, how they act depending on what nation they're from, and so forth. From the idiotic Russian spies to the foppish British agent in the blue bell-bottoms. It works. I love the voices in the game. Even if they are over the top, this is still excellent. And all of these come together to make a game that is a blast to play. What's scarier than getting anal probed by a small gray alien that sounds like Jack Nicholson? What if it was a clown with a probe? And what if that probe looked like a 12-pound metal football with hooks on it? Probably releasing a game in today's market where bugs and issues are magnified and explained and roadmapped, where no blemish can even survive without 10 YouTube videos about it. But this game has come out pretty much unscathed. It never takes itself seriously. The absurdity of an alien horde dog going around wanting to sex up Russian spies to wanting to blast his enemies and almost consistently in a pissy mood works. The game's weapons work. The control feels good, and it comes from a different time, and you have to realize that. And sure, you can be bothered by crypto and his propositions and awkward sexual advances, but that's like realizing if you have diarrhea in a threesome, you're a blockchain. It's knowledge, but it's not really surprising or useful. And while this game too isn't surprising, it is awesome. It comes with attitude, and a ton of it. Its presentation, which is for the most part excellent, is really damned sound. It's surprising to get a game like this, especially a remake or a remastering like this, that comes out looking so fresh. And again, the controls, they feel great. There are some issues here and there with how it feels, and it maybe feels a little bit clunkier compared to some of the other games we've got, and I'm not in love with the UFO controls. But when it comes down to it, as a third-person action shooter with a lot of attitude, the game is a blast to play. So as you guys know, I rate games on a buy, wait for sale, rent, or never touch. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it's a buy. It's not like you guys are confused about this. The game is a blast. It's very good. It's well worth the money, and I was consistently surprised the entire way with the step up it has made. It is not perfect. It is not going to magically change the way games are, but it is absolutely a title that if maybe you want to revisit this, or you looked at it and you thought this character looked cool, you might really enjoy it. Yeah, it's a little bit tongue-in-cheek, and sometimes it's actually too much on the nose, but for me, well worth it. What's also well worth it?
Let's go smoke. Ooh, shit. Perfect. Perfect pass. Tom.
You won, you got the light.
What's up, man? How you doing, brother?
Good, how you doing?
I didn't think I was gonna see you out here today.
Oh, no, come out here. What?
Yeah, man, there's some pretty badass cars out here, man. Hell yeah, my ass slept in the car and shit. That was the most uncomfortable shit ever.
That's why I didn't come yesterday. I was like, man, it's gonna be a long day today. At the
Yeah, man.
motel.
Yeah, it was like 5:30 in the morning when they stopped. So by the time I got in the car, watched a couple YouTube videos, it's like sun's already up. Then I can't really sleep because the sun's fucking up. I'm like, damn. Fell asleep for like 30 minutes, woke up sweating because it was hot as fuck. I'm like, damn. I didn't want to let the windows down because mosquitoes get in there and tear your ass up. Yeah, yeah, it was a rough night, but it's all
Go
good.
get a room, and then you got to be out of it by 11.
Yeah, true. Yep.
You get 4 hours.
Yep.
in there.
I'd have had mine out here, but I dropped the lifter.
Oh damn. Yeah, you could have been in. You could have been in a tailgate class, bro.
I know.
Hey, I know, man. Hell yeah. Man, I like this track. I wish it wasn't 2 hours away from me, man.
It ain't bad here. It's going home in the morning. 'Cause, like, that was 2 weekends ago, and I made it an hour. Had to get back and pick up sleep.
Damn.
Just, and on a Sunday morning, then when you go and the sun comes up,
Yeah, that's gonna be me tomorrow, man. I think I was thinking about should I sleep here for a little bit and then go? I was like, nah, fuck it. You know what? As soon as they're done here, just go home. Cause I got
because once you get there, then you're
then I can relax a little bit. Cause then tomorrow I gotta get right back up and go to the gut. You know, so
oh, you going to the gut?
yeah.
Yeah, I think we're testing. You know, I'm on the 10-4 crew, just James and them, so I think we always go Sunday to the track.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
You think the gut will be good tomorrow?
It's a regular Sunday, you know, it's a regular Sunday. Everybody out there drinking beers, eating some fucking food, and just kind of chilling, you know.
Yeah,
So
all that bullshit, I think it was a little...
yeah, you see, I didn't post nothing on there, you know what I'm saying? I don't get into that shit. I'm not into that, all that drama, high school kid shit. I'm not into it.
Hey, I tell you what, Thursday, I don't know if you were there, it was little, but the Thursday before, that's what you got.
Oh yeah. I didn't go this Thursday because I was in the hospital and I just had a newborn. So
Oh,
yeah, thank you. Yeah, so she's only been home 3 days now. So yeah, I know. I got
keep you up thinking.
yeah, I know exactly, man. That's why I'm gonna get there tomorrow, spend a little time with her, and then won't get to spend much time with her till Monday actually, when I actually take a day off, you know. Yeah, so
Cool.
yeah, it's pretty cool, man. I've been having a blast out here though, man. The people out here are really badass, man. And I like the atmosphere here because they involve the kids a lot. You know, that's the drag racing future there. So that's what makes it a lot more better. Like these kind of events where they involve all the kids. They had a kid drawing the chips. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty badass. Yeah. They got a little girl, Dan's little girl out here with a staff shirt on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's so fucking cool to see the kids involved, man. And then you got Scott over here always bitching about some shit.
Oh yeah, always.
Hell yeah. Oh, we got the S15 in the left lane. Oh shit, he's going to get the Chevy Love. Yo. Uh-oh. Oh man, this is going to be a banger, guys. We got the Chevy Love going against the S15 over there. Both boosted. It's gonna be a good one. We just seen this truck running. This thing is fast as fuck. Little Chevy on Chevy truck action. This thing is so badass, bro. Gotta grab a mop real quick. Hopefully it's just a little bit of fuel. But if it's oil, if you spill oil more than once out here, they're gonna kick your ass out. Alright, here we go, folks. that Chevy Love wasn't playing. Woo-woo. That's a bad truck right there, boys. Damn, that thing is quick. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It looks good and it runs good. Yeah.
You can go straight as arrows. Probably running train.
Yeah. The shit talking. Oh shit, here comes Yoshi. So this is the truck class that they're running right now, guys. And you know Yoshi's in it, so you know. Hey. Pretty head, boy. They might be having a little bit of issues with the truck in the left lane. Hello, the man on the keyboard here. Tuning probably more than half the turbo cars out here. He ain't got no helmet over there on that side. No helmet? Oh, there we go. All right, here we go, folks. Fucking Yoshi's nasty, dude. That truck is so fucking nasty, dude. What the fuck, man? That's the man right there. That guy. Making all these turbo cars go fast as fuck. Batello himself. From Batello Performance. He tuned that car. Now he got to go to his next car that he tuned, which is Patches over there. See, he's back over there. He's going back and forth. That guy literally tunes probably damn near every turbo car here. That should tell you a lot about that company right there, Batello Performance. That should tell you a whole lot about that company. They some bad motherfuckers, bro. Oil? I was waiting to hear, fuck you, Tony. What's your name? Ezekiel. Fuck you, Ezekiel. We got all kind of people at this track, man. We got motherfuckers that wear these kind of shoes here. Then we got motherfuckers that wear these kind of shoes here. And then if you want to be conservative, you wear these right here.
You take off this stuff. This is already. How many classes are we in? Like,
Somebody wearing these motherfuckers, either they got a kid or they got a Corvette, or both. I ain't got no Corvette no more, but I do got a kid. So I had to bring out the New Balances again. Bring them out.
5 back for 28. Last call right now. Go see Michael Bolin.
money's mine.
I used to always make fun of people. Who the fuck? What's up, fool? Chilling, man. God damn, where all the guns at and shit? No guns? Not tonight.
Not tonight.
Yeah, good to see you, man. Fucking, I seen some of your work buddies from
Morgan?
Yeah, I seen them out here too.
Yeah, we met them up here.
Yeah, that's
We're the
fucking
only ones
better.
out here.
Yeah.
What's up?
Hey.
But they didn't recognize him.
I know, right?
He's got shorts on. That's fucking weird.
I know, right? Short and no guns.
No guns.
All right, folks, here we go. Oh shit, there goes Patches. I'll take Patches, fuck it. Yo, Chris, thank you for the 3-month resub, fam.